Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Casa D18 Studios channel. You could be anywhere in the world right now, and you're here with me, and I greatly appreciate it. And it's time, once again, to step into the war zone. That's right, it's time for another edition of the Weekly Acquisition Report, the show where I, the Renegade, show you, the viewers, the latest additions to my ever growing movie library. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another edition of The War Zone, the weekly acquisition report, the show where I, the Renegade, show you, the viewers, the latest additions to my ever growing movie library. This week, I've got a small haul from another local thrift store near me, not Goodwill, not Salvation Army. This one is located kind of in one of the division cities that's near me. This is from Apple Valley, just a little hole in the wall thrift store. I've been in there a couple times before and found stuff, and this time I found me a nice little haul that we're going to go through today. There's some Disney, there's some classics, there's some comedy, and there's some hard to find stuff in here as well. But the first thing we're going to show off, tying it back to the theme of the month, movies that star Hall of Famers. And while he hasn't been announced as an inductee this year, even though it seems like it would be the perfect opportunity to induct him as WrestleMania goes, Hollywood, arguably the biggest sensation in Hollywood, the most successful professional wrestler to ever transition into Hollywood, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Even though he's not in, we all know, tick tock, tick tock. It's not going to be long before the most electrifying man in all of entertainment goes in. I found Race to Witch Mountain. Now, some people may laugh at me and scoff at me for buying this because it may not be one of Dwayne's best roles, but at a buck and a quarter, you can't pass it up. All these movies were a buck and a quarter. They were priced $2.50, but they were doing a half off sale. So as you count along with all the movies that I got, each one was a buck and a quarter, which means every four was only $5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 movies here. So $12.50 for everything, plus tax. So a little over $13. Not bad. But I've actually never seen this one. As much of a fan of Dwayne's movies as I am, as much of a fan of Disney movies as I am, I've never seen Race to Witch Mountain. So I had to buy it, had to add it to my collection. Got me another Disney film. Now, this one was totally inspired by my daughter. While she wasn't there with me when I bought it, she's the one that introduced me to this movie, the franchise, the trilogy. Haven't decided where I'm going to do this one yet. When I get there, if it's going to be Disney Channel original movies themed month, or if I'm going to throw it in with trilogies. But I got the very first Descendants film. And I actually enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would when I saw it the first time. You know, it definitely had the possibility of being a true stinker, but it wasn't. It was good. Of course, Cameron Boyce, no longer with us. He plays Carlos in this, the son of Cruella de Vil. The boy died of a seizure of epilepsy, and that's something that always going to stick in my heart because I've been diagnosed with epilepsy ever since I was 10 months old. It's not something I talk about a lot on the air, but it's something that's very near and dear to me and my heart and my soul and my being. And when this young man died, it affected me deeply because that could be me dying in your sleep because of a seizure. I had to buy this, start the collection. I don't have any of the Descendants films yet. I've seen all three. I enjoy all three. I'm definitely going to be getting all three at some point. Unfortunately, Disney hasn't released them on Blu ray. I don't know why. they're only on DVD. So it's going to just have to be what I do for them right now, unless somewhere down the road Disney makes them a Disney Movie Club exclusive Blu-ray, release. This next one I found super hard to find. I actually currently own a bootleg copy of it because it was that hard to come by. But I found an official DVD copy of the Star Wars Ewok movies, Caravan of Courage and The Battle for Endor. These movies came out after Return of the Jedi, but in the Star Wars continuity, they take place prior to Return of the Jedi. They take place in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I've reviewed these before when I did my whole Star Wars Star Trek month a couple years ago. I reviewed both of these off of the bootleg copy that I have. Let me go ahead and throw those up there. Here's the link for Caravan of Courage. And then give me just a couple seconds here to stall because I can't boom the links up there. But I've seen these movies 100 times ever since I was a kid. And to find a hard copy, legitimate DVD release, unfortunately, I don't know if these are ever going to hit Blu-ray, but it is what it is. Okay, here's The Battle for Endor, my review that I did a while back. Go back, check those out. Check these movies out. If you are a Star Wars fan and you have never seen these movies, I highly recommend that the next time that you watch the entire saga, you include these movies, find them, watch them. Definitely worth a watch at least once. So near and dear to my heart. Another series that's near and dear to my heart, and while I've only ever seen the original film in this series, never seen any of the movies that followed it, I did find a 3-pack of Ernest. Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Goes to Jail. I've seen Ernest Goes to Camp when I was younger. Never seen any of the others. Always loved Jim Varney as Ernest. For years and years, he did Cerritos Auto Square commercials for us out here in Southern California. Of course, he went on. He was Jed Clampett in the Beverly Hillbillies movie. He's Slinky Dog in the first 2 Toy Story movies. Unfortunately, he passed away between 2 and 3. Jim Varney is just an amazing talent, hell of a funny guy. I'm looking forward to revisiting Ernest Goes to Camp and then watching the other ones. And this next movie I'm going to show off, I've heard a lot of people say it is the drizzling shits, it's hot garbage. And all these people that have told me this are fans of the anime series Avatar: The Last Airbender. I found The Last Airbender film. And the main reason I wanted to buy this is, number one, the trailers I saw online for this, the action sequences looked amazing. And it looked like my type of movie. Okay, that's one. Number two, much like Marvel, much like DC, I'm not a huge anime guy. I'm not a huge comic book guy. I don't read comics. I don't read anime. I don't watch anime cartoons, generally speaking. So if it can rope me in from the casual fan level, then I'm going to be willing to give it more of a chance than the people that live for the Avatar anime series. The third reason, my girlfriend recently, over the last many months, has had me watching this old show called The Magicians, which was a sci-fi original series. And the girl that played Margot in The Magicians has a role in this. So I wanted to see it. I wanted to see her do something other than what I know her for. So those are the main reasons why I bought it. And I think if I enjoy it on any of those levels, if I enjoy her performance, if I enjoy the action, if I can enjoy it as a fan, a casual fan of action movies, and not a fan of the Avatar series, then I think it's money well spent. I think I'll enjoy it. I found another movie that probably didn't need to be made. Hell, if we're being fair, people will probably say the second film didn't need to be made either. But I found the third Slapshot film, still sealed in plastic. I already own Slapshot and Slapshot 2. As a fan of hockey movies, I wanted to wrap up the series. The Hanson brothers are back, as you can see. So there's the continuity there, tying the three movies together, as the Hanson brothers are in all three. No, we're not talking Zach, Isaac, and Taylor, the Mbop kids from the 90s, the other Hanson brothers. But again, as a hockey fan, I can maybe try to put together a month of hockey movies. It's the third in a series, so it can go into trilogies month. There's a few different ways I can slice up that meal there and try to serve it out to the public. We talked about sci-fi originals a moment ago when I mentioned The Magicians. From what I understand, sci-fi did a while back these kind of new takes on stories and made them into miniseries. And I found one of them there. I found their take on the Oz story called Tin Man. Fan of the Oz series, grew up watching Judy Garland, The Wizard of Oz. A lot of people say that is the only Wizard of Oz movie that exists. Being a kid that grew up in the 80s, I was very fond of Fairuza Balk and Return to Oz as well. I also enjoyed Oz the Great and Powerful, which Disney did a few years back. I've enjoyed the take that Once Upon a Time did on the Wicked Witch. I haven't seen the play Wicked. Everyone knows I'm not huge on musicals, although I've heard numerous good things about it, and I am curious. Figured I'd add this to my collection of Oz materials. Give it a watch, see what I think of it. I got a movie starring Ben Affleck that I saw once. I saw it as a preview screening probably about 5, maybe 7 years ago, called The Accountant. I haven't seen it since. Don't know if they changed anything in it since I saw it in the preview series. But I wanted to give this another watch. I was highly suggested that I give this another watch. So I found it for $1.25. What the hell? Added to my collection. I do enjoy Ben Affleck. I think he gets a bad rap a lot of the times in his movies. Definitely worth checking out, giving another watch, another view to, as it was suggested to me. Now I got a couple of classics. I found the original Yours, Mine, and Ours, which was remade back in the 2000s and also was kind of an inspiration for the Brady Bunch TV series. Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. Lucille Ball, obviously, I Love Lucy. I grew up on reruns of I Love Lucy as a kid. I can still put I Love Lucy on now. Crack up, love it. Even the Lucy Desi Hour, that was kind of an offshoot of it, and even some of the Lucy Show episodes. I just think Lucille Ball is a hugely underrated comedic talent. Some people may think she's overrated. I still don't think she gets the flowers she deserves. Henry Fonda, I can take or leave. I've never been the biggest Henry Fonda fan. But in order to see Lucy in something else that's completely not I Love Lucy, what the hell? And again, at that price, Turner Classic Movies Month, again, something I've been kicking around as an idea, fits perfectly there. The last one I got is a double feature of the quintessential movie cowboy, John Wayne. I got Rio Bravo and The Searchers. And I've seen The Searchers in film class long time ago. Rio Bravo is John Wayne, Dean Martin, and Ricky Nelson. Hello, movies that star musicians. Turner Classic Movies Month, Westerns Movies Month, John Wayne Movie Month. So many different ways, again, I can serve up this meal. I'm looking forward to, number one, revisiting The Searchers, which I haven't seen since I saw it in film class. Another film with a young Natalie Wood in it. And then I'm looking forward to seeing Rio Bravo, all those heavy hitters I've never seen before. What do you guys think of my haul this week? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's engage in conversation. What do you think of Rio Bravo? Have you seen it? Have you seen The Searchers? Have you seen the original Yours, Mine, and Ours? Have you seen The Accountant or The Tin Man? Have you seen The Last Airbender? Is it as bad as everyone says, or do you think it's actually a good movie? What about the Ernest movies? What about the Ewok films? Have you seen those? Let me know. Let's conversate about it in the comments. No spoilers, please, for the movies that I've never seen. I don't want to know what happens in them and get to the point where I don't even feel like I need to see them. But let's just casual conversation. Are any of these movies good? Favorites of yours? Will I enjoy them? What do you think? Let's converse. And then, of course, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And we go back to our movies that star WWE Hall of Famers. We're going to be taking a look at Penance Lane, starring Tyler Mane, Scout Taylor Compton, John Schneider, Daniel Roebuck. We've also got the 2013 and 2019 WWE Hall of Famer Booker T, as well as the 2017 WWE Hall of Famer Diamond Dallas Page as major parts of the cast. I'm very much looking forward to this one. You don't want to miss out on any of that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel. We've got Penance Lane coming up as a movie that stars WWE Hall of Famers, two Hall of Famers, Booker T and DDP. So much more in store for you over the next 2 weeks as we continue our road to WrestleMania on April 1st as WrestleMania goes Hollywood. You don't want to miss out on any of the upcoming content, so make sure you smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Stat Boy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of treasure hunt videos, fans of thrift store videos, fans of unboxing videos. Anybody you can think of that would enjoy this video and this content, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to boost up my visibility in YouTube's algorithms so I eventually can get monetized and begin making money off the hard work I've been putting into this channel for the last 2 years. Thank you once again to everyone who joined me and tuned in today. It means so much more to me than you will ever know. And I will see you guys next time.